Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Karisma Wipianendasari. I am from TBI 5A. In this video, I would like to present the result of my final examination in research statistics, in which I designed two types of research. First is experimental research, and the second is correlational research. I will begin with the experimental research. The title of my research is The Effectiveness of Literature Circle on Reading Comprehension of Senior High School Students. This research was conducted in a senior high school where the researcher found that many students still experience difficulties in understanding reading text. Therefore, teachers need effective and engaging teaching strategies to help students improve their reading comprehension. Based on this condition, the researchers conducted an experimental study to determine whether literature circles are effective in improving student reading comprehension. The research problem of this study is there a significant difference between student reading comprehension score before and after the implementation of literature circles? In this study, there are two variables. First, the independent variable is the implementation of literature circle, while the dependent variable is student reading comprehension score. Next, the researcher formulated two research hypotheses. The null hypothesis states that there is no significant difference between student reading comprehension score before and after the implementation of literature circles. Meanwhile, the alternative hypothesis states that there is a significant difference between student reading comprehension score before and after the implementation of literature circles. This research employ a pre-experimental one-group pretest post-test design. First, students were given a pretest to measure their initial reading comprehension ability. Then the literature circles strategy was implemented during the teaching and learning process. And after that, students were given a post-test to determine whether there was an improvement in their reading comprehension. Reading comprehension score were measured using an interval scale ranging from 0 to 100. To analyze the data, the researcher used the Wilcoxon Sign Rank Test.
Selanjutnya, saya akan menjelaskan langkah-langkah analisis data menggunakan SPSS. Pertama, pada variable view di kolom name saya menuliskan pretest dan di kolom label saya menuliskan pretest score. Kemudian, pada baris berikutnya di kolom name, saya memasukkan post-test, dan di kolom label, saya menuliskan post-test score. Setelah itu, saya berpindah ke data view dan memasukkan data skor pretest dan post-test sesuai dengan data penelitian. Selanjutnya, saya memilih menu Analyze, kemudian memilih Non-Parametric Task, kemudian memilih Legacy Dialogues, dan Two related samples. Setelah itu, variabel pretest dan post-test dipindahkan ke kolom pengujian. Lalu saya memilih Wilcoxon dan kemudian OK. Nah, berikut merupakan hasil dari analisis SPSS-nya. Berdasarkan hasil uji Wilcoxon Sign Rank, diperoleh nilai signifikansi atau p-value sebesar 0,001, yang lebih kecil dari 0,05. This indicates that the null hypothesis was rejected. In other words, there was a significant difference between student reading comprehension score before and after the implementation of literature circles. Sebagai kesimpulan, hasil penelitian eksperimen ini menunjukkan bahwa literatur circle memiliki pengaruh yang signifikan dalam meningkatkan pemahaman membaca siswa.
Next, I will present the correlational research. The title of my research is The Correlation Between English Digital Content Consumption and Vocabulary Mastery of EFL Students. This research was conducted at a university. Nowadays, English digital content such as YouTube videos, podcasts, Instagram Reels, and TikTok is very easy to access. Many EFL students are exposed to English not only inside the classroom, but also outside the classroom through various digital platforms. With this exposure, students have the potential to learn new vocabulary naturally. However, it is still unclear whether the frequency of consuming English digital content is truly related to student vocabulary mastery. Therefore, this research was conducted to investigate the relationship between English digital content consumption and student vocabulary mastery. This research problem of this study is there a significant correlation between English digital content consumption and vocabulary mastery of EFL students? In this study, there are two variables. Variable X is English digital content consumption. Variable Y is vocabulary mastery. English digital content consumption was measured using a frequency scale with 5 levels, ranging from very low to very high, and therefore measured on an ordinal scale. Meanwhile, vocabulary mastery was measured using vocabulary test score, which were measured on an interval scale. The null hypothesis states that there is no significant correlation between English digital content consumption and vocabulary mastery of EFL students. The alternative hypothesis states that there is a significant correlation between English digital content consumption and vocabulary mastery of EFL students. To analyze the data, the researcher used the Spearman Rank Correlation Test.
Berikut merupakan langkah-langkah saya dalam menganalisis data menggunakan SPSS. Pertama, pada variable view di kolom name saya menuliskan konten dan di kolom label saya menuliskan content consumption. Kemudian pada baris berikutnya di kolom name saya menuliskan score dan di kolom label saya menuliskan vocabulary score. Setelah itu, saya berpindah ke data view dan memasukkan data sesuai dengan data penelitian. Selanjutnya, saya memilih menu Analyze, kemudian Correlate, dan Bivariate. Setelah itu, kedua variabel dipindahkan ke kotak analisis, dan saya memilih Spearman. Berdasarkan hasil analisis korelasi rank Spearman, diperoleh nilai koefisien korelasi atau Spearman RHO sebesar 0,978. Nilai ini menunjukkan adanya korelasi positif yang sangat kuat antara konsumsi konten digital berbahasa Inggris dan penguasaan kosakata siswa. Selain itu, nilai signifikansi yang diperoleh adalah 0,000 yang lebih kecil dari 0,05. Oleh karena itu, null hypothesis is rejected. Dengan kata lain, there is a significant correlation between English digital content consumption and vocabulary mastery of EFL student. Sebagai kesimpulan, penelitian ini menunjukkan bahwa terdapat korelasi positif yang sangat kuat dan signifikan antara konsumsi konten digital berbahasa Inggris dan penguasaan kosakata siswa EFL.
That's all of my presentation. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.